Good morning, guys. Dragonman here. I'm in my machine shop, and this is where I am most of the day. I do motorcycle machine work, and I'm going to show you what I do over here in the machine shop. I've been doing this kind of work for over 55 years. Okay, so over here, I do a mail order business. See, these are all the jobs that come in daily, and I do work for almost 1,100 shops around the country, and a lot of private people. I do the motors and transmissions, 1936 to 1999. The twin cams, I could do the top ends, but the lower ends, the flywheel assemblies don't come apart, and I don't want to get the special tools and everything to get into that. So I like working on the old stuff. And if you notice, a lot of bike shops around the country every year are disappearing. There's less and less people that have motorcycle shops doing the stuff that I do. Okay, so anyway, I got all this laid out here. This is called a rebuild your own motor. It's the best deal we have. $1,200, parts and labor. All you guys have to do is put the top end on. Okay, I do the heads. We replace the valves, the guides, set the spring tension, glass bead, everything. We give you a top end gasket set. I bore out the cylinders, the neck size, cast pistons, stock replacement, Hastings rings. Okay, we use AMCO guides for the unleaded gas. We use precision machining, diamond, nitrated valves. I mean, this is the best you could buy. Don't let the price fool you. Okay, I use Timken bearings, all American parts. We got Torrington bearings here. We got the rod races, the bushing we replace. We use a Jim's Machining or Eastern Motorcycle Parts crank pin. We replace the cam bearing. This is what the rebuilt rod set looks like after I rebuild them. We don't use any Japanese or Chinese connecting rods. I rebuild your Harley Davidson connecting rods. We glass bead the cases. I balance the flywheels, true and assemble it. We go through the oil pump, put the whole lower end together. We ship it back to you in 2 boxes. If you want to know how to pack everything, just give me a call. And everything's done in less than 1 week. And you can't beat the price. Anything you want to know about the torque specifications, how to put it together, how to set the timing, all you have to do is give me a call. Okay, so here, let me come around here and show you a few things here. Okay, this is how you get higher compression without buying these expensive pistons. See these pistons? They're like $225 a piston. And see the difference? See how high the top is? See all the aluminum here to make it high compression? These weigh a lot. There's 28 grams to an ounce. And as soon as you put these pistons on your motor, it's going to throw off the balancing if you don't rebalance the flywheels. This is 8.5 to 1 pistons. Very cheap. $80 a set. Not that they're cheap pistons, that just cost less money. Okay, so anyway, this is how we make 9.5 and 10.5 to 1 compression. Okay, what I do here is I cut down the cylinder. See that? Every 50 thousandths of an inch. See, we're going to mark 50 thousandths. I take about 20 thousandths, 15 thousandths off at a time. See, right here, we cut the cast iron, mayonite cylinder, and every 50 thousandths lower creates another 1.5 to 1 compression, if you guys didn't know that. So that's the best way. I've been doing it for years to get higher compression and use the stock replacement pistons and don't throw off the balancing. Okay, here, come around here. I want to show you some of the machines I have here. Okay, over here I cut down the valve seats after we press them in. Over here, this is for fly cutting. We bore out the cylinders for big bore 3 5/8. I could fly cut the motor mounts. Okay, over here, this machine here has 100 memories. It locates all the holes in the Harley case after I weld them up. This machine here relocates the valve guide holes. It's at the right angle. And we just drill right through and put in a standard valve guide. Okay, over here, this one here cuts out the panhead seats. See, this is for the intake, that's for the exhaust, and these flutes are cut by a machinist. I send them in town, 3 to 4 thousandths smaller than the seat, so that makes the interference press fit. Okay, you come over here, I rebuild all my own connecting rods, okay? I don't use those Japanese connecting rods. Okay, I made all these fixtures years ago, and let's see, I'll show you how I press out the bushings. That presses out the bushing. Then I have another fixture that looks just like this but puts the bushing back in. Okay, now if we're going to take out the races, And so we take this little round puck here, and we put that in here, and we do the same process. Takes about 2 tons to press this out. Okay, everything goes nice and smooth when you have the right equipment. Okay, and then we press in, we take another fixture, and we press in the new races. See, I wait till I get a couple of dozen connecting rods and pile them all up, and I do them all at once. This would take, hone them out and push the races in probably about 4 hours. Okay, over here I got a parts room. We got all the valves, the guides, the gaskets, the seals. That's how I could do everything so fast. I don't have to make orders every day. Okay, this is my valve grinder machine, air operated. All the stones are cut 30, 45, 60 degrees. I could do a 3-angle job, valve job in probably 10 minutes. All my honing machines are set up. This hones out the valve guides. I got 160 mandrels that fit these. This here crisscrosses the cylinders. Over here I got all the bushings, I got the bearings, I got the crank pins. And this machine here, I do the boring on. If you came in with a boring job, you'd leave in about 15 minutes. Okay, I put the oil on, I put the cylinder in here. Okay, we lock it like that, cover this up so we don't get oil all over the place. We mark how many thousands we want taken off, and I step on the pedal. See that? And then we check it with a 1/10 of a thousandth dial indicator. Okay, and every 3 minutes it'll bore out 10/1000ths of an inch. Yeah, I use this machine almost every day. Okay, so anyway, over here, after the races are pressed in, this is a rod reconditioning machine. See that? And see the bushings are in there, the races are in there. And what we do here is we go back and forth, see like that, and it hones out the metal on the race until we get the right size. These dial indicators show me how much metal is coming off. Then we change the mandrel, and we check the bushings. We hone out the bushings. See, we can get it really perfect. I don't even own a reamer. When you push a reamer in here and take it out, you're guessing how much metal is coming out. With the honing machine, you could get it right to 1/1000th of an inch. Okay, over here, this is my turntable, and what we do here, what probably no other shop in the country does, is these Harley races, they spin. See, the insert is made when the case is manufactured, you know, sandcasted. Okay, so what I do, I cut the whole thing out on this turntable, and we put in a new section. See, right there. We have to weld it right in, because you can't weld metal, steel to aluminum. So we have to cut the whole thing out and weld aluminum to aluminum. So that's what this machine does. And I don't think anybody in the country is doing that. Okay, over here, this is my motor stand. And after I do a complete motor, I like to run them and make sure nothing leaks and tune it all up, tighten the head bolts, adjust the push rod, set the timing. And this one's going out, in fact, Monday. So let's see what happens. Sounds pretty good to me. Okay, after it warms up real good, I already tightened all the bolts and everything. We set the timing, and this way the guy can't tell me it doesn't work, it leaks. It's a perfect motor job. But the reason we don't do a lot of motors mail order is, tell you the truth, we have to build a wooden box. Even if you guys build a wooden box and ship it here and we ship it back, it's very expensive these days. I just sent a motor to Florida 2 weeks ago, and the guy almost had a heart attack. It was $640 one way. So all you guys have to do is put the top end on, and you save a ton of money. Probably $125 each way. And if you don't know how to put the top end together, just get a friend to help you. Or even if you bring it to another shop, it's still cheaper than paying all that shipping. Okay, check this out. These are all my case repair sections. This is how I fix all the Harley Davidson cases. Okay, see, I have a lot of these main races. In fact, I buy junk cases so I could cut these parts out. Okay, the end of a Sportster, I cut the whole thing off, put another one on when it blows out. Okay? If your connecting rods blow right through the bottom of the case, look at these pieces I had made. See that? And that'll save you a lot of money, and you can keep your same serial numbers. Okay? These are exhaust ports, specially made, and these will fit a pan head or a shovel head. If you don't want to change the exhaust port in a 3-bolt pattern, I got the stock replacement ones. I had sand casted. On the pan heads, see, we have these aluminum flanges made, and I weld those right on. And over here, look at the pieces. If you knock your generator section off, I have a lot of sections to weld a new generator case section back on. Most of these I get from other cases that we buy, and we cut the pieces out. Okay, look at this. This is the bottom of a Sportster. See that? The whole bottom. And that would replace, see the bottom of the Sportster, the countershaft? This would go right in there. See, weld it up, and then I put the holes back in. And the reason people really don't like buying brand new cases is because they want to keep the same serial numbers. They don't want to register the bike as a brand new one, and the insurance goes up. Plus you have to go and get a VIN sticker put on the frame. So it's always good to fix your old cases. Okay, over here, if you want to take a peek, over here's my Sun-In Seatmaster machine. That puts all the seats in the Harley heads. Over there, that machine there puts spark plugs in every Harley Davidson head. The reason people like to put dual spark plugs in is that it burns the gas more efficiently, it starts the bike up faster, and if the coil goes bad on one side, you still got another set of spark plugs and a coil on the other side. Okay, over here, this is very popular now. I shave flywheels. Look at all the metal that comes off, like 7/16, almost 3 pounds of metal. And the reason people do that is this way they can have faster RPMs, you know, like a stroker motor. And you can still use your stock pistons. So it takes about 20 minutes to shave the flywheels. And this is what the shaving job looks like after. See how thin? See how fat? If you have a big heavy dresser, you probably want to leave the torque. This way you have a lot of torque. And you don't want to shave the flywheels. But if you want it to rev up like a stroker, shave the flywheels. A lot of people aren't stroking their bikes these days because the piston skirt is shorter, it runs hotter, and the motor wears out faster. So the thing to do, shave the flywheels. You get the fast RPMs, you keep the stock pistons, save a lot of money. Okay guys, let's see, I guess that's about it. If you guys want to send me anything, my phone number is 719-683-2200. Send it to Dragon, D-R-A-G-O-N, 1200 Dragonman Drive, Colorado Springs, Colorado, 80929. And nothing stays more than 1 week, I guarantee it. You guys ride safe. Have a great summer.